fastest growing budget in state government.
And can we get jobs for these guys with felons that's already home?
Okay, and we also have job training dollars. Some of those are focused on folks that are coming out of our prisons and jails. So what I would say to you is, you know, Al Locke is going to be working on a plan for public safety. And I think somebody like you could add value to that. So if you leave your name with Dawn or somebody, we'll make sure that we bring you in as part of that process.
That's right, because I want to really be on your team. If I can do it.
My name is Sharonda Sumner, and I was made in Flint and proud of it.
How you doing? This is Anthony Kelly. This is Anthony Kelly down here in the Flint car show. See,
Flint, Tennessee Job Corps!
See, that's where I'm from. I'm from Flint, Tennessee Job Corps. That's my school. Yeah, you know how we gotta do it.
We good.
We gotta represent it real good. Gotta represent it. See, I like Flint. See, Flint is a good place. See, they trying to provide a lot of things for the young kids. They trying to make it better for Flint. See, if everybody pitch in and do what they got to do, Flint will be a whole better place, though. You feel me? I love Flint. This is where I'm from. My mama and everybody here. You feel me?
Listen to the
Thank everybody for listening to me, too.
Good evening, Mr. Brown. Thank you for the opportunity. I made it clear in the last meeting that I felt that Public Act 4 and your position in the city is unconstitutional. Though I strongly disagree with your position, I see that you are a reasonable man who has a huge opportunity to make lasting, meaningful, positive changes to our city. If you are empathetic to the true needs of these people, I know that you will understand what is best for all of us, not just some of us or for special interests. Like many other unfortunate cities, 2 days ago, 2 peaceful protesters were unlawfully arrested downtown, while real crime took place all over this city. These individuals were protesting peacefully and were well within their rights as far as I have observed. I can see that you are here to fix the problems that our city faces. You, Chief Locke, Mayor Walling, have the capability to set a positive example for other emergency managers and local officials. Please consider using our tax dollars and resources more wisely and effectively by directing our overwhelmed and overburdened police personnel to focus on real crime and respect our constitutional rights. I propose that you promise the citizens here that you will do exactly that, and if you are seeking revenue, to start with yourself and to take a pay cut.
again, you make a lot of great points. And what I would say is, especially the young people that you represent, we want your voice in this community. We want your ideas. And again, we're open to have you involved in this process.
Excellent. We have a General Assembly that you are all invited to be heard on February 17th. What's the location? Woodside Church, November 17th at 6 p.m. I would invite you to come so that we can all be heard.
Did you say November?
No, I'm February 17th. Sorry about that.
Okay, that's all right. I just wanted to make sure.
Thank you.
Okay. Good job.
My name is Shadi Amir, and I had quite a few questions in mind, but they was already asked before I got here. So, with that said, you were speaking about privatization of certain services to approach the deficit. I would like to know, is our water treatment going to be one of those privatizations?
You know, at this point in time, I can't answer that. What I can tell you, what I said last week, is that we're going to look at all our options. We're going to select the options that we think will bring the best services to citizens in the most efficient way. But we have not made any decisions on that right now.
Okay, and one more before I leave. What's the method of approach to creating more jobs here in Flint?
Well, that's a good question, too. We're going to work with, you know, the Genesee Regional Chamber of Commerce is our regional economic development group in our area. They've created, and the mayor can speak to this if he's still here, he may have had to go to another meeting, but 2,000 jobs just in the last year. Those are new jobs. That's a good sign. The one bright spot in the audit we just had is that income tax revenues went up. That means more people are working. Now, we know we've still got double-digit employment in this community, so major challenges, but I intend to work with our Regional Chamber of Commerce and other groups. Higher education has a pivotal role to play, even our healthcare institutions, in economic development and creating jobs. So those are some of the ideas I have, but again, there are experts out there that are working hard on this every day, and hopefully we're going to make some great progress for this community.
Are any of those experts here?
Yes.
Could they raise their hands so I'll be able to
There's
identify?
one right there.
I'll be to see you. And is there another one? And the reason I say this, because a young man was just up here, okay? When there's no jobs, there's going to be crime. When there's poverty, there's going to be crime. Now, a lot of you live in comfortable neighborhoods. You don't have to worry about certain elements. I, myself, I have to worry about those elements. So it's like, I see it to where, you know, these things get taken lightly, and I'm not here to be taken lightly. My people that's suffering from crime, I go to neighborhood crime watches, and senior citizens are just terrified. You can see it written all over their face. They're scared to leave their home. They're scared someone's going to break in. They're scared to be there because they think somebody's going to come in while they're there. You know, so this is a very important thing that cannot be ignored. It cannot be put on the back burner. We need those experts to approach this with a sense of urgency. And also, these experts need to talk to members of the community, because we have ideas on how to create jobs. It's just we have roadblocks. People are in the way of us creating jobs, all right? Right now, there's ideas that can be executed that would create 50,000 jobs, all right? If you talk to the right people, all right? And that's what y'all need to do. Branch out, get to know your neighborhood, get to know these communities. Don't just, you gotta go to where the people at. You can't expect people to come to you, all right? That's the art of war. That's the art of winning people over.
All right, sir, I'm gonna ask you to just finish up, and there are some people behind you. I want to give everybody an opportunity.
All right,
Mr.
I'll be
Miller.
over there at the end. We'll talk. All right, thanks. Appreciate it.
Sure.
Good evening, Michael Brown.
Good evening.
Earlier, about 45 minutes ago, I asked you to sign a petition to put Public Act 4 on a referendum for the people of the state of Michigan. May I ask why you are so opposed to putting it on the ballot so the people of the state of Michigan can decide whether or not they want to have an emergency manager law?
Fair question. You know, I was asked to sign that last summer. I was walking through a park one day, and a young man came up to me and asked me to sign it. I said, no, I'm not going to sign it. And he said, why not? And I said, well, I think the state needs a mechanism like this. You know, before we had Public Act 72, we now have Public Act 4, which gives an emergency manager a little more power. But communities that are stressed like this sometimes need emergency mechanisms to get their house in order, and I believe that we need that.
I know you asked us today, so just ask one question. Another one I'd like to ask is, now that the Ombudsman's office has been suspended, where are we supposed to go with our concerns to our municipalities?
You know, what I would say is that we have a Human Relations Commission just when you walk in the door at City Hall. Ms. Erica Hunter has been very helpful since our team got in place. She is dealing with a lot of citizens as they come into City Hall, and we're actually going to enhance that capability in the next 30 days. You'll see some signs up so that when citizens come in, they know that's an office they can go to.
Okay, thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Dawn Schaefer. I have so many questions and I don't even know where to begin, but I'm not even going to take up the time. The only thing I want to know is I need help with anybody here, the mayor, please, anybody here that can tell me the best way I can handle this situation. I had consumer's bill came to me one day. I ain't never lived in that place. I ain't never lived in Swartz Creek. It ain't never been my bill. They put it on my bill. So I try to call consumers to find out, you know, what I can do. I can't afford, I'm on a Social Security income, disability income, because I have multiple sclerosis. I cannot afford to take on a bill for one that ain't my bill. And if it's somebody else's bill, whoever else, it don't matter who else's bill, it's against the law to me to put it on somebody else's bill. So how do I go about doing, you know, I don't have the money to afford an expensive lawyer, so I guess, where do I go to the city?
Actually, you can start with Dawn here on the way out. We'll take your name and then we'll get it to Erica. And
it's kind of very important because then I got eviction notice. You know that if you don't have electricity on, then you can't live in a property. But then I got an eviction notice, and my eviction was for yesterday. The good people of Remax Select that own the property that I live in gave me at least till a week to try to get that condition situated.
Okay.
I have medicine that has to stay refrigerated. I can't leave it outside. What if kids? I got neighbors that live next to me, see my stuff like that. And so I don't have time all the time. And if, as you know, I don't know what you know about the situation, but you know, I'm fatigued a lot.
Public service.
I don't have the energy.
Call the Public Service Commission.
I just